Hi there! This video is going to continue on with the CRAP design series with the second concept of alignment. But before we get started, I'd like to recap what the CRAP design principle is. CRAP stands for contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity. And if you've seen our first video in the series, you'll know that we're going to work our way backwards, and we've previously covered proximity. This video will introduce the second concept, which is alignment. Also, this principle comes from the Non-Designer's Design book, which is an amazing tool for content creation, and we highly recommend giving this book a read. Let's get to it. Straight out of the Non-Designer's Design book, the basic purpose of alignment is to organize, much like proximity, and to unify. Often, alignment in tandem with font style can dictate the feeling of your piece, whether it's sophisticated, fun, formal, serious, etc. Before we actually start the alignment process, there are some key concepts to think about. When alignment is used correctly, it creates a common boundary. By default, from our last video, our text has a left alignment, and if you look down the left-hand side, you can see a common boundary or an invisible line that runs down the side of the text. This creates a visual connection and creates a relationship to all of the text on the page. The types of alignment that you can use are left align, center align, and right align. Currently, it is left align. It has one of the strongest invisible lines and common boundaries, and is very easy to read as we read in English left to right. The next option you have is to align your text to the right. This also has a very strong invisible line that runs down the text, and it also can be easy to read when used in the correct layout. A quick tip about aligning your text is you want to find a strong alignment and stick to it. Before you even start laying out your text, you want to find something on your slide or in your visual design that you can align it to. For example, it could be the edge of a slide, it could be the top of a slide, but you want to stay to that element and align everything around it. The last type of alignment that we're going to look at is center align. As you can see here, center align is not as uniform or as easy to read. And that is because the invisible line or common boundary that runs down the text isn't as strong as the left align or the right align text. This layout is a more formal layout and one that we would recommend to use for menu. As a general rule of thumb, I would highly recommend going with the left align text. As we mentioned before, there's a lot of pros to using this type of alignment. It's arguably the easiest to read because we do read left to right. It has one of the strongest invisible lines or common boundaries, and it creates a very sophisticated and design-driven look. Now that we've chosen the type of alignment that we're going to use, which funny enough was the default alignment that we had started with, I wanted to mention that when you are designing a layout, it's best to stick to one type of alignment. So I'm just going to show you right now, for example, if I were to center this, it creates a less unified look. This all of a sudden becomes a separate entity to the rest of the text. So good tip is to just keep the same alignment throughout your piece. This is the rule of alignment. It's very simple. As you can see, we really haven't done much to our slide, but it's very important to understand when and why you should be using certain types of alignments. Just to recap, up until this point, out of the CRAP design principle, we have covered proximity and alignment. Stay tuned for our other tutorials that are going to explain repetition and contrast. Hope this was helpful, and until next time, keep on publishing.